Robben Island is part of the broad story of liberation in South Africa. Declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1999, the island is most indelibly associated with the name of Nelson Mandela, South Africa's first democratic president, who was incarcerated here for most of his 27-year imprisonment. A low-lying rocky outcrop positioned at the entrance to Table Bay and Cape Town, Robben Island was originally part of the mainland. It formed the pinnacle of an ancient, now submerged, mountain that was linked by a saddle to the Blauberg or Blue Mountain. Folklore suggests that Stone Age hunter-gatherers wandered its shores during these ancient times. The earliest references to the island date back to the late 15th century, when Portuguese navigators first travelled around the Cape of Good Hope, known then as the Cape of Storms. When the Dutch arrived in 1652, the island was mostly inhabited by seals, referred to in their language as robin. The island's layered history is shaped by its diverse uses in different periods of time. Between the 17th and the 20th century, it was used variously as a prison, a hospital for socially unacceptable groups, a whaling station, and a military base. The Dutch settlers were the first to use the island as a penitentiary in mid-17th century, one of the earliest prisoners being Ochumau, a chief of the Kwekwe Choreniqua. Political leaders from other Dutch colonies were later also banished to the island. Syed Abdurrahman Moturu, Prince of Madura and one of Cape Town's first imams, died here in 1754. Moturu Kramat was built in 1969 in his memory, and is now a sacred site for Muslim pilgrimage. After an uprising in 1819, the British colonial government sentenced Xhosa leader Makhanda Ganxele to life imprisonment on the island. It is believed he drowned on the shores of Table Bay after escaping the prison. Thousands of graves bear testimony to those who succumbed to leprosy on the island during 9 decades of the 19th and 20th centuries. In 1891, the Cape government passed the Leprosy Repression Act, which stripped the afflicted of their civil rights and banished them to the island. The surviving buildings on the island, including the maximum security prison, World War II military bunkers, and the village precinct, bear testimony to its textured history. The spatial relationships between the various structures, historically dividing the sick from the healthy, men from women, black from white, serve as a tangible reference point to ideologies of separation and division. However, embodied within the history and cultural landscape of Robben Island are multiple stories of oppression, suffering, resistance, liberation, and hope. These narratives symbolize to the world the ability of the human spirit to triumph over all adversities.